Hi there, this is Bridget from the PlannerSpeechie. Today I'm going to be setting up my July bullet journal using this kit from Planning with K called Carnival Dream. It's really sweet. I love the sunset hues and the pinks. Reminds me of cotton candy. I just thought this would be really fun. I like the little notes on the headers here that says Bujo Alley. Luna is her cat. Her husband's name is Jake. I thought those were just sweet little touches there. And then I think that's supposed to look like them on the carnival ride, but really, really cute. I love how creative the different days of the week are for this kit. Every kit is a little different. Sometimes there's numbers. Sometimes there aren't as many weekly dates. So this one is actually a full 4 weeks worth of monthly headers. So you have these tiny ones which you can layer on top of these. You have these bold fonts, and then you have the bunting. Really, really sweet. I love all the different ideas here. These are the deco. So you've got some admission tickets, some additional bunting, some cotton candy, and some really pretty string lights. And then I do get the monthly add-on sheet. This is 2 extra date covers, some number lines, and I use this number line for my mood tracker. And then you have 2 additional banners here. So there's a lot to work with. Also, if you are a Patreon member, you get access to every single digital sheet that she's ever created. You can get this for as little as $1. I'm a $5 a month member. If you go higher, there's more things that you can get, but these were the 2 things that I picked out from this kit. So I cut and printed these myself, so that's why the sizing is a little irregular, but this is the quote page. It just says enjoy the ride. And then this is the other page where I'm going to put the month and the year. So I did print these myself on sticker paper on my printer. I also have these extra sheets that you can pick up in her shop. These are monthly spread headers, 2025 headers, and then sparkly monthly headers. So I'm going to, and then long monthly headers. So I'm going to be using some of these as well. So I am going to speed things up and put everything together in my journal. All right, you guys, so the first thing I did was I folded over part of the sticker paper, and then I placed it down. I tried to align it closest to the middle of the page as I could, and then I slowly just peeled it away while using my other hand to straighten it out. This allows you to put everything down without the risk of air bubbles. This part was a little bit trickier because the pages were not the exact same size, but I tried to line it up so that the black bars were close together so that when you opened it up, it just looked a little bit more aligned. I had these really cute sparkly monthly header stickers, so I decided to use that along with the 2025 larger one. I'm running out of these, but I have a whole other sheet from another shop that I can use if needed. So then I just decided to use some of this side deco because I thought it was really cute and matched the theme of the week as well. I'm pretty sure I've used this except for April and May. Obviously, I'm not really sure why I didn't use it for those. It might have just been the size of the sheets. But anyway, so that is the cover page. The next page I'm going to make is what I call my monthly calendar. I like to put everything on one side so that I can mark the events that are happening on the days of the week that correspond with the calendar. So I'm using the number line that came with the monthly header, and this monthly line goes from 1 to 31. So if you have a month that's a little bit shorter, I just like chop the bottom numbers off. Then I hand write the month. So you can see I did a little snap and then wrote all of the days of the week next to the numbers. And now I'm just doing dash marks to make sure that I can differentiate each week. So the dashes are above the Monday. If you are a Sunday start person, you could do it like that. It doesn't really matter, whatever works best for you. So the next thing I wanted to do was have a place for like a brain dump for all the to-dos and things that I have to get accomplished this month. This is really helpful, especially because I have generalized anxiety, and so it's nice to have a landing space to just put everything. And then I can look at my calendar on the other page and see, okay, when can I reasonably get this done? If I know I have a lot of events happening on the third week of July, excuse me, I have something in my throat, then I'll be able to do that. I like to save my remainders from other kits because you never know when they're going to come in handy. Like this one, I had a bunch of extra to-do flags, and so I just put that all together. And then I'm using this smaller banner from the monthly add-on sheet, and I just wanted to have a place to mark all of the books that I've read this month. So that is a book sheet that you can get on her shop, or part of the book bundle if you choose to do that. So the only things I'm writing here, which it's pretty zoomed out so you can't really see it, but I wrote Independence Day for July 4th, and then I wanted just to write that I have a doctor's appointment scheduled, so I put that in as well. And I'm going to fill more of this in off camera so you guys don't know like my exact whereabouts because this is a live month. But anyway, my next spread is for my habit tracker. So I try to keep up with this. I'm not very good at it, to be honest. Sometimes it just doesn't work and I have to be aware of it. But I chose the roller coaster picture because I thought that matched like when you're talking about your monthly tracker. And I think actually now that it says habit tracker, it does. So I went ahead and used this number line. For some reason, this line is harder for me to line up than the other line. I don't know why that is. I think it's spaced exactly the same way, so it shouldn't be harder, but it is, and I don't really know why. I couldn't find my like larger highlighter pen, so I found this gel pen that was purple and kind of matched the colors of the monthly kit. So you can see I'm going back and just looking at how I set up my other habit tracker to remind myself of all the different habits that I wanted to track. I usually track things that are daily, so I have sleep 7 hours, vitamins, medications, reading for 30 minutes, tidying up my space for 30 minutes, and when I do my everything showers. And then on the other page, I use this for like a line a day, mostly for gratitude practice. So this is a nice place for me to kind of get all of that in one space. And it's a good reminder of what I'm grateful for over the month. It can also be like if something happened that day that's important that I wanted to mark and I didn't really have another place to put it. So I just went ahead, that says daily review. And so I'm just putting in 1 through 31 down the side of my journal. And I didn't count how many it was beforehand, but I got lucky and it was perfectly right up to 31, right at the bottom. So that worked out really well. And so for this next spread, what I usually do is set up at least the beginning of one of my weeks. Usually I do dailies where I set up just the one day because I never know how long my dailies are going to be. And sort of, I know a lot of people do this in a wide variety of ways. Some people set up the entire month in advance. Some people don't even do the daily. They just wait until it's the right month. But I decided I had these really cute little carnival carts that I thought would look really pretty for a vertical spread. And so I decided for this first week of July that I was going to make this a vertical spread. The other thing that makes this a little bit easier is that I'm not working right now. I'm not in school. This is my summer vacation, and I will be in my hometown of Brooklyn, New York when I am using this journal. And so I wanted to have a place where I can put like the events of the day, things that happened, my thoughts. But it would be nice to put it all in one week. And then the following week, we're going to be traveling. So I decided, you know what, like let's just give it a little bit more room. But so the official bullet journal has a grid page at the very front. So that's what I was doing. I was trying to measure out how many things I could fit in one page. So there were 8 carnival carts. 1 was blank. So I decided to use that as like my to-dos for the week. Or I could leave it as something else. I could do like overall thoughts on the week, that kind of thing. But then I set each one up so that there were 4 carnival carts on each page to represent a full weekly spread. And the bullet journal itself is interesting because you can't get a perfect number It's close enough though, but it goes from like 7 to 13 to 19 across the bottom. So that's how I measured that out. You should definitely check. Every notebook is just a little bit different depending on the size and thickness of the pages. So just go ahead and make sure you're checking that bottom one before you put your stickers down. So I put in to do on that top box there, and then this felt a little unfinished to me. I wanted to do something a little bit special, so I was like, you know what, let me go ahead. Spoiler alert, I never use all of the deco when I do my monthly spreads. Some people are really good about using the deco and making sure they use every juicy little sticker up, and I don't really do that. I think it comes from like a fear of not having enough stickers when you need them, which is so silly because here I am actually using the spread. So there were these cute little lights that came with this, and I said, you know what, let's just go ahead and put those down so that we have this differentiated space between the Carnival carts. And then you don't even need a ruler, guys. Sometimes if you have a sticker sheet, that's usually straight enough to get what you need. So I took my purple gel pen and I was able to make solid lines to differentiate each individual day. I probably should have done the outside since I did this inner one, but I wanted to make it cohesive for the rest of the week. And was it perfectly lined up? No. Were there little jumps and skips? Of course. But that's not the point. The point is to have a space to put things down. There are a lot of things in my life that I try and keep perfect, and my bullet journal is not one of them. If that is something for you, if that is a space where you need to have more control and to get it perfect and just right, no judgment. Like whatever works for you is the right way to do it. I need it to not be a place where it has to be perfect. Oh, that's my cat. I don't know if you can hear her. She's chewing on her Einstein toy right now. It's been a crazy day. So I put this down and I realized I'd actually already done a daily for my June 30th, but in order to make everything cohesive, I decided to put everything in 1 week. So that is technically June 30th, and then the rest of it is going to be July. I had these long monthly headers, which were really cute, but I wanted to make sure that it fit the aesthetic of the spread, so I just chopped using my finger the long strands. And so there you have it. I'll do a full flip through of everything. So we have our cover page that says enjoy the ride, my monthly calendar, my to-do list, my reading list, my habit tracker, my gratitude log, and then the very first week of the month. So anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I hope this was helpful for you. Have a great month. Take care.